And it was once an isolate haven, but now a northern Chinese village surrounded by factories is paying a heavy price for economic progress.
Fluoride and cancer-causing chemicals exceeding government levels have been found in the rivers of Lupakaijuan. Senior officials from the city environmental watchdog paid several visits to the area and shut down a series of factories.
Of polluters, and of course that will have a negative consequences down the road.
So who are we talking about here? Big Southeast Asian polluters?
Obviously your Indonesia's come to the fore, but also your Thailand's, Malaysia.
In Kollam district's Chittur village, Anup is one of a large statistic of skin disorders which villagers claim has been caused by toxic acidic waste from Kerala minerals and metals industry that has mixed in the water.
Una ng napakapinong abo ang sitio Peksite sa bayan ng Limay sa Bataan. May abo sa mga bahay, sa mga gamit at mga sasakyan. Kahit anong linis daw gawin ng mga residente, kinabukasan madumi na naman.
European Union, China, North America.
One of the challenges that the world has today is how to manage industrial pollution. Industrial pollution is the contamination of the environment brought by the activities of industrial plants, factories, and businesses. These industrial activities generate waste that are released into the atmosphere, the hydrosphere, and geosphere, and become the cause of human health problems and environmental degradation.
The problem with the industries is that they cannot do away with pollution. There is hardly a functioning industry which has no waste, making it impossible to avoid it. As such, the choice of industries is to manage or control their waste so that it can have only a minimum impact on the environment and the human health. Over the years, environmental management approaches have been developed by businesses and industries. Paradigms have shifted towards the prevention rather than the control of pollution. Two concepts, cleaner production and pollution prevention, have gained international attention.
In a staircase of concepts presented by Hamner, cleaner production and pollution prevention lie above waste minimization, recycling, pollution control, and waste disposal, and below industrial ecology. The stair simply means that those at the higher levels have higher scope and complexity, but nearer to the highest goal, which is sustainable development. Those below are the subsets of the higher level concepts. In this presentation, we will be discussing cleaner production and pollution prevention and provide some examples of local industries applying these approaches.
The international community has supported cleaner production initiatives in developing and transition countries since the early 1990s. UNIDO and UNEP have adopted a multi-pronged approach combining advocacy, training, industry demonstrations, policy advice, and facilitation of technology, transfer and investment with institutional development through their flagship national cleaner production centers. In 1989, cleaner production is coined by UNEP. Cleaner production is defined as the continuous application of the integrated preventive environmental strategy applied to processes, products, and services to increase overall efficiency and reduce risk to humans and the environment. Compared to N-of-5 approaches, cleaner production is a win-win strategy during 1991. In 1992, industrialized countries have committed themselves to provide developing and transition countries access to sustainable production methods, practices, and techniques. It was included in Agenda 21, which was agreed upon during the United Nations Conference on Environment and Development
in Rio de Janeiro. In the year of 1994 to 1995, UNIDO and UNEP launched pilot cleaner production projects to demonstrate preventive environmental strategies in selected countries. UNIDO and UNEP jointly launched a program to establish national cleaner production centers in the first batch of 8 NCP. Several complementary CP techniques or practices are possible, ranging from low or even no-cost solutions to high investment and advanced clean technologies. Common distinction for CP implementation in developing countries is good housekeeping, input material change, better process control, equipment modification, technology change, on-site recovery or reuse, and production of useful byproducts.
Pollution prevention is defined as any practice that reduces, eliminates, or prevents pollution at the source. It is also known as source reduction. P2 is a multimedia approach, which means that it looks at all types of waste in order to eliminate or reduce pollution in 5 areas: water, air, solids, time, and energy. Environment and public health hazards are minimized further when pollution is managed at the source rather than at the end of line. This proactive approach makes P2 different from other waste management practices. In the hierarchy of environmental protection, source reduction is at the top and is the most preferred compared to the other 3. Pollution prevention started in the United States in the 1970s. The Minnesota Mining and Manufacturing Company, or 3M, pioneered a pollution prevention PACE program. About $2 billion in savings were said to have been made by the company. Ever since, several states have adopted the program and several organizations and institutes have been devoted for it. The U.S. Congress declared it a national policy when it passed the Pollution Prevention Act in 1990. The Environmental Protection Agency was assigned for the implementation of this act. To reduce or eliminate waste at the source, pollution prevention includes any of the following: modifications in the technology or equipment, modifications in the process or procedure, reformulation or redesign of products, substitution of raw materials, and improvements in housekeeping, maintenance, training, or inventory
Over the
control.
years, environmental management approaches have been developed by
Recycling,
businesses and
energy
industries.
recovery, treatment, and
Paradigms
disposal,
have shifted
however,
towards
are
the
not
prevention
included
rather
within
than
the
the control
definition of pollution
pollution.
prevention.
Two
under the
concepts,
Pollution
cleaner
Prevention
production
Act.
and pollution prevention,
Pollution
have gained
prevention can be
international
applied to
attention.
all potential and actual pollution-generating activities, such as those found in the energy, agriculture, government, consumer, and industrial sectors. The success of pollution prevention is measured through the following: reductions in hazardous releases and hazardous inputs, reductions in greenhouse gas releases, reductions in water consumption, and cost savings associated with reducing hazardous pounds, metric tons of carbon dioxide equivalent and water consumption. The advantages of pollution prevention includes reduction in financial costs such as waste management and cleanup, reduction in the environmental costs such as health problems and environmental damage, preservation of wetlands, groundwater sources, and other critical ecosystems, areas in which we especially want to stop pollution before it begins, and minimized handling of wastes.
Kasi mga farmers, may gumawa sa akin dito na na ipot, ng mga ipot ng manok, ginagawa nila fertilizer.
Tapos, may idea po ba kayo kung paano yung mga energy consumption nyo dito sa area nyo? Kano kalakas konsumo ng kuryente?
Actually, ang kuryente rito medyo sabihin na natin malakas kasi bulb yung ginamit namin. Pero yung ano nito, yung consume nito hindi namin kasi overall yung ano nito eh.
Kasi yung baboy natin, ano siya, na mataas ang ammonia, ang naiinom ng ammonia ng manure. So, ang ginagawa naman natin, kasi kami nagbibenta ng feeds, para hindi naman siya kawawa yung mga owner natin, yung farm grower. Ang ginagawa natin, naglalagay kami sa feed yung ammonia binder. Meron kami tinatawag na ammonia binder na wherein yung compound ng ammonia is paano ba?
Parang inaano niya, parang nagbinabahin niya para ma-stabilize yung or mag-iba siya ng chemical structure.
Yes, para kasi pag hindi siya magbaba.
Okay, mag-iba yung kanyang property.